Hi, and welcome to the Bad and Bougie Moms podcast show. My name is Britt. I am the creator and host of the show. And on today's episode, we have Marci Millsap. So Marci is a native of Kansas City. She's a wife, a mother of 3 beautiful kids, an entrepreneur, and also she's in the Army full-time. Marci has always loved fashion and hair, and whenever she's not in uniform, she is always dressed to impress. She joined the Army in 2001 and plans to retire soon. In 2012, Marci decided to turn the love she had for hair into a business and started Crowned Queen Hair. Her first year in business was a success. She started making a name for herself, collaborating with stylists around Atlanta, Georgia. One of her collaborations landed her a win at the annual Warner Brothers show. She was also invited and attended New York Fashion Week. Marci, motivated and inspired by her success, started focusing on new marketing strategies and ways to continue to brand Crowned Queen Hair. She started to get noticed by the people she once looked up to in the hair industry. Marci's success showed and proved she could do anything she put her mind to. In 2014, Marci accomplished another one of her goals and opened Crown Queen of Beauty Suite in her hometown, Kansas City. Motivated more than ever, she continued to step out the box with her unique marketing strategies. She once again created a buzz and made a name for herself. Despite all of her success, after almost 2 years, Marci made one of the hardest decisions of her life and decided to close her salon. She had to make the best decision for her, family, and business. The long distance managing and having to travel back and forth from Atlanta, Georgia to Kansas City became too much. Marci has spent the last few years of her life putting her all into her business and decided it was time to focus on what was most important, her family. In 2016, she gave birth to a beautiful baby boy, and now her family was complete. Taking time off helped her refocus on new goals. Marci wanted to share her journey and help new business owners have a successful startup and help existing business owners rebrand. In January 2017, Marci launched Smart Boss Workshop, aka the Queen's University, an online training course designed to take your business from a good idea to a successful startup. In the last year, Marci has helped many women start businesses and rebrand. Marci's goal is to continue to grow and inspire and continue to be an example to all women that if you work hard, stay consistent, and believe, anything is possible. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Make sure you check out our Bad and Bougie Moms apparel is at BrittMarsh.com, and also make sure you leave a comment, you subscribe, and you just give us some type of feedback so we can know how we are doing. Anywho, thank you guys for listening. Enjoy. Hi, and thank you for listening to the BBM podcast. This is Britt, and on this episode, I have Miss Marci Millsap. How are you, Marci?
Awesome. How are you?
I'm good. So how did you find out about the BBM podcast? All I remember is that you shot us a DM. You was like, yo, I need to be on the show.
Well, honestly, I don't know how I got on y'all's page. I just saw it and I was like, you know what? This would just be something really cool to kind of jump back out there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the game for like over 5 years now, and I'm starting to get a little just feeling like blah, like where else can I go with this?
Right.
Like I've done every level of the hair thing, and it's just like, well, let me just talk about some things that I've done. Maybe that will bring me back and inspire me to continue to do more.
Right. And you mentioned about the hair game. So you've been in the hair game for at least 5 years, right?
Yes, ma'am. It'll be 6 years this September.
This September. Okay, and what do you do? Tell us all about how did you get started in the hair game? What are you doing now? Like everything.
Okay, I got started in it just because I just always loved wearing weave.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I cannot do hair. I don't do hair at all. I'm always like, I'm your number one client. If I need my hair done, I will be faithful to you.
Mm-hmm.
I just love always looking nice, dressing nice, wearing my hair really cute. So people used to always be like, "Oh, Marci, your hair is so cute." So that's when I was like, you know what? I think I can sell some virgin hair.
Okay.
And lo and behold, I just started selling it. And people started really buying it. And I couldn't believe people was just, the amount of people that were buying it. I'm like, what? Like people from school, I mean, all over were just buying my hair all over, just took off in the first year, which was 2012.
Okay.
And I just couldn't believe how it came out. Like right now, I don't have a salon or anything right now, but a few years ago I did try to do it. And with me being active duty in the Army, it was just too much. It was just too stressful trying to fly back and forth and keep my family happy and keep me happy. It just wasn't worth it. So I backed out of it, and I think it was the best decision for me.
Right.
I'm originally from Kansas City, Kansas, so that's why my salon was there initially. And nobody was really selling hair there, so I decided to bring that whole groove of Atlanta, having the one-stop shop, to Kansas City. So we became the first, one-stop shop: hair, makeup, nails, weave, sew-ins, all of that. So we were very successful. It was just my health was just declining, and it was just too stressful. So I ended up backing out of it. I just left Atlanta in 2017, the end of 2017, and came here to Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
Which I only moved because of the military moving me. So other than that, I would still be there. But I still network a little bit, but I haven't been able to network as much, which is what led me to this segment. I always want my clients and my customers to know just a little bit more about me, so that they're a little bit more trustworthy and feel a little bit more comfortable to buy from me. So I said, you know what, if I do this segment and they kind of learn a little bit about me, because I've been getting a lot of new followers, and people are just still kind of leery with buying hair. Anyway. Right. So I feel like if you get for people to know you, even though I'm not popping, I'm not wearing all that Gucci, I don't have a big booty, none of that. I'm just me, and I just want people to feel comfortable buying from me. The way that I was able to outshine a lot of the different hair companies was I began offering a warranty on my hair. Okay. And that set me apart, and still sets me apart, because a lot of people are like, you get it, you got it, you gone. Right. And that's just not the intent that I wanted to give out when it came to purchasing the hair. I basically just wanted clients to feel like, okay, hey, if I spend over $100, this is an investment. I know it's going to be this type of product, because I saw so many girls just getting ganked out of, hundreds of dollars of hair that was just trash. Right. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to guarantee my product, and I'll guarantee, certain kinds that has a 30-day limit, 30-day warranty on it. Some of them have 90 days. Our luxury hair has 90 days. And we just try to just make people just feel as comfortable as possible when it comes to purchasing hair, because it's like I said, it's just the market is so saturated. It's so hard nowadays to stay out there and above the flow when you have you competing with millionaires now that are still selling hair and stuff. It's like, child, will you please go on? Let us little people have just something. Right. And sometimes it gets super frustrating when you are having to go against people like that. But you just, like I said, you have to just stand on your principles, stand on your word, shine in any way that you can. And like I said, I've still been here, still going. I still have a lot of loyal customers. I try to make people happy with any and every way that I can. I don't sell my hair for a whole lot of profit, because I have a job, and I'm not saying I make millions of dollars, but I have a decent career, and I actually will be retiring in the next 3 years from the military. So nice. I don't. Thank you. I just don't look at it as, like I need to charge people a whole lot of money. Right. And, what I'm saying, just to get some decent hair. So that's where I'm at with everything.
So when you started the hair selling company, your first thought, did you just use Google, and then Google where you can get hair from to distribute? How did that even come about?
I ran into a girl that was like, hey, I saw it on Instagram. She was like, buy this many bundles for this much, and you make this much, and I'm like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna try this out. And so I got the hair, put the hair in. I went and did me a photo shoot, so people started seeing that I was getting serious. I mean, I went and got me a logo made, and I sold those first 10 bundles in just 2 days. So I was like, okay, and I made a pretty good profit. So I was like, all right, Marci, I'll take you. I'll take you serious. Like I said, I started with, it was like $560 was my first investment, and once I flipped that, and I just kept flipping and flipping, and it just kept coming and kept coming. 2012 was like the first year that Instagram really became the mecca of buying power. Like that was my key, and it still is. Like Instagram is where I sell the most. That's where I bring in the most clientele. I bring in the most income from advertising on Instagram. Okay. I'm one of those Cardi B's of hair. You know what I'm saying? Like social media. Not saying anything against Cardi because she is super talented, but social media is the platform for me, and it was.
Got you, and it still is. All right. So we're going to flip the script a little bit. So we're going to talk about your kids and your family. So how many kids do you have?
I have 3, an 18-month-old, 8-year-old, and a 15-year-old.
Oh, you started over like I did. I have a 6-month-old, a 7-year-old, and a 10-year-old.
Girl, look, I'm over here like, it's that oldest one that get on my nerves. That's the one right there. He's the one who works me the most. But the other ones, they pretty much out the way. But I mean, he's a good kid. He has a good heart. It's so hard balancing everything, and I know people be looking at it like it's like I hate the fact that Instagram makes everything look so easy.
Right.
It is entirely hard trying to manage all of those things. And my family comes first. And that's how I have always felt like if my family feels like I'm overwhelming them with something, then I back off because they were the ones in the very beginning who were helping me respond to emails, ship care. Because, like I said, and I hate to keep going back on it, when Instagram first started off, I had asked for a shout out from Perez, and I had got like a lot of the popular Atlanta stylists to do a photo shoot with, and man, I mean that first it just took off. It just really, really took off.
Right.
And I'm nothing but thankful, and I'm so grateful that I've been able to just balance all of them. I have my daughter who's 8. She's always been my biggest help. I mean, she still helps me sort hair now since we're not in Atlanta. I don't have the help that I used to have.
Right.
And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way because I'm still teaching her that, hey, you still have to be dependent. You still have to go out here and, make your own money. I want to keep instilling that in her, that it's important to not be taken care of, but to still know how to take care of yourself.
Right. And I understand that completely. And that actually goes back to my next question. What type of morals, since you do have your son is the oldest, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what type of morals do you instill in your kids? Like as far as, working, like do they have chores around their house? Like how do you run your household?
We are on a schedule. When I say from the time I'm already done prayed for 10 minutes before my feet hit the door. I have an alert system. I have an alert system that is timed from minute to minute of my life to remind me of what I have to do. Okay. And I'm scheduled. My kids do have chores that they have to do every day that they know. They do know we're going to go for a walk after we eat dinner. And I'm all about just eating healthy, teaching them to eat healthy and live a healthy lifestyle. If they see me constantly out working, working out, still maintaining everything, but I'm letting them know, like, hey, you can do this too. Right. I also am married too. I didn't mention that, and I hate that I didn't. I want to go back to that because I am married. I've been married for 4 years come May.
Okay, no, we're going to talk about relationships. It's coming up, so you good, girl.
I didn't want to leave that out. I'll back on it.
Okay, so on the schedule, everybody is with boom, boom, boom. What time do the kids wake up in the morning?
They are up by 6:15.
Okay, all right.
They're up by 6:15. Yes, right. Man. We're up. We're eating breakfast. We're moving around. We're out the door by 7:20. We have to hit that door.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, that sounds like us because we have the kids up by 6:15 too. But they eat breakfast at school though, because their school is 30 minutes away since they're out of the district. So we just take them to school and they eat breakfast there. But hopefully we could get them closer if we could find a better school system so they won't have to eat breakfast at school. Because I know they're probably tired of that.
One thing that I do like about moving here, I hate to take that. It was like, at first I was like terrified, but the schools are so much better. A lot of Atlanta is just hype. Because the schools here, oh my God, like I see a major change in my daughter's education. So definitely I'm with you on that, making sure that you got to take them to the best schools. And that's all I encourage people to do. Feel comfortable with them schools.
Right. And that's why I tell people all the time, because, it's just a lot of the school districts, and since you're from Atlanta, you know about like East Cobb School District, like that's like the best of the best, supposedly. Yeah, and one my stepdaughter, she actually goes to that school. She goes to school in East Cobb, and she's like the only black girl in her class. So it's like, do you put them in that type of situation, or do you kind of keep them around their people and just, hope and pray that they
let
excel?
Them get sucked in.
Right.
Where they at.
Yeah. So
before they get sucked in, because I've seen it happen so many times, where parents did try to do that, and then they get sucked in, then you be like, well, dang, I should have just went on ahead and let them go.
Exactly. So that's the one thing that we always go back and forth about. It's like, okay, we want them to have a better education, but again, like my daughter, she goes to a school that's pretty much in a urban community, and she has excelled the whole entire time. So I honestly think it's the teachers, and it's what you teach at home. To be honest, I mean that's what it boils down to. It's that and what you teach at home. All right. So you mentioned that you was in the Army. So how long you been in? For what? 16 years? I'm guessing.
Yeah, it'll be 17 years this July.
Okay. So what made you decide to go into the Army?
I had to get up out of where I was from. It was so much drama and chaos going on where I was from that it was just like I felt like there was no other way out. But because I knew I didn't like school, I did not like school. Oh, I hated school. I still don't like to go to school. But I knew I just wasn't ready to go like all my friends were. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to join the Army because everybody had left for school and I hadn't even filled out an application on how to get to school.
Wow.
So time was running up short and I was like, man, I'm just going to make the best of this and just try to rock this out. And I ended up enjoying it. And I just stayed with it. Okay. It just kept me from being, around so much because I lost so many people.
Right.
Lost so much of my family there. It was just like, it's a toxic environment to me. It's always going to be home, but it's just so painful when you went through so much there.
Right. I got you. So, next topic that we're going to talk about is actually about pregnancy. So you have an 18-month-old, so that's fairly new. So how was your pregnancy? How did everything go? How was it, coming from having older kids to boom, you pregnant again, now you got this baby?
Child, listen, I did not know what I was getting into. It's completely different being pregnant in your 30s.
Oh, yeah.
Some days I could not even move because I also I suffer from fibroids, which is something that a lot of African-American women have. I suffer from fibroids that were so big that they just didn't even expect for me to even carry full term.
Wow.
So I had to be extra careful, but at the same time, it was some days where I just had to just lay in the tub for hours. I mean, my body was just, just going haywire a lot of times and often. I ended up having to have an emergency C-section, which I tried my best to just have. I was going to try the natural birth, but after I got there, I kind of pumped up a little bit. So I was like, nah, I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I can handle it. So, I was in labor for like 72 hours trying to have them.
Oh,
and that's when they finally came in and said, well, we're going to do a C-section because her blood pressure is dropping. I'm like, okay. Well, thank you. After I've been in labor for 7
hours. Like y'all could have made this decision earlier. Right.
So I fought a good fight with that one. But definitely, my oldest son, I had him at 19.
Okay.
One thing I do pride myself on is I had went to the military prior to having him. So I kind of already had a plan. And that's what I try to, teach to a lot of the younger girls in the community. Like, I know there is temptation out there. We're not going to act like it's not, but just have a plan.
Right.
Because a lot of these kids just growing up and they don't have a plan at all. They just going to wing it. And that's the easiest way to fail.
Right. And when did you have your middle child? What age?
My middle daughter, I was 25.
Okay.
So that was me and my husband's first child together. And I actually I actually did not get to raise her a whole lot because I had to deploy after she was only 5 months. I had to deploy to Haiti. There was a big earthquake in Haiti back in.
Oh yeah.
Was that 2002?
I
mean, no, not 2002. 2010.
Okay.
And I had to leave her, so I didn't get back till she was almost 1. So a lot of times we have communication problems a little bit, to where it's like, she connected way more with my husband's mom than she did, kind of did with me.
Yeah.
So we are still, we still struggle a little bit with communication. But that was the biggest hurt for me was that. And that's why I just wanted to do things all the way over with this last child. It was so important to me to be there and see everything.
Right.
Like, this last child is the first child I got to see crawl, walk, take, sippy cup, all of that. Like, this is the first child. I never got to see that with my son because the oldest son was because I was working so hard.
Right.
But prior to me going, getting back on the active duty side of the military, I always worked 2 jobs, just trying to stay afloat of things. So, once I went full active duty, like when you're out there and you're lower ranking, you got to stay going to those schools so you can get promoted.
Right.
You got to stay on the go. So it's important. It was important for me to just have my family around a lot and just try to maintain as much contact as I possibly could. But the most hurtful things were that I did miss a lot of things with my kids.
Right. And it's crazy. You mentioned that because a lot of people hear the stories of the guys deploying, having to leave their family and, going overseas for like a year or so. But you never hear about a mom going. Like, you never really hear that story on how, okay, I know I missed like half of them growing up and now I'm trying to catch that time back, or how the kids adjust to mom's not here. So that's amazing. Like, I never heard that type of story before.
Oh well, I'm here to tell you first, and like I said, it's still very hurtful. Sometimes you regret things, but I just have to keep thinking in my mind like I done got too far to go back, and I know that those are everything is going to have its ups and downs, and that's what I teach them too. Like, there's never going to be a perfect job. There's never going to be a perfect situation. You got to take the good with the bad. I said at the end of the day, my life and your lives will always be secure with the choices that I made. As young as I possibly am, and like I told him, I said at the end of the day, I still be retiring pretty young, so I still have some more life in me. Like, I see so many old people in the Army still. I be like, girl, I'm not gonna get this Army my
exactly.
They got all my young years. They ain't gonna get my old. It's like, I don't care what it is. I am walking out of that door in 3 years. It's got to be something serious for me to stay. I don't even think he could offer me any kind of money. It's that serious. Like, I'm just that done with it. Like, I'm really ready to be an entrepreneur because I felt like if I had this same thunder in me that I have now 20 years ago, I ain't no way I'd be in the Army.
Exactly.
No way.
Exactly.
I feel like it's really holding me back at the end of the day from how much more that I could possibly do. And that's how I felt like that ever since I started selling hair, how creative I am, that I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know I was good at anything else.
Right.
I always just thought, I'm just going to be in the Army. That was it. I tried to do different little things like kid parties, but it was just too draining. I just didn't want to work that hard.
Right.
Like, I wanted to do something, but I just didn't want it to be like stressful,
Right.
And I just didn't realize that entrepreneurship would be that stressful.
Right.
But
no, but if you're going to do entrepreneurship, at least you need to get in something that you love. Because I tell people that all the time. Like, I have an organizing company where I go in and do home organizing. But I also had a portion where I would like help executives and like contractors and stuff with like emailing, or if they had like tax issues doing their expense reports and stuff. And I was doing that and I hated it. And I'm like, Brittany, if you don't like it, just stop. Like, you don't have to work that hard.
Like, if you don't really like it, it's okay to just stop and start over.
Right.
Like, I think everybody has a problem with pride. A lot of people have a problem with pride. Like, everybody was looking at me like, well, she must not have been doing good. Why she closed that salon? It's like, no, like, my mental capacity was far more important than impressing everybody else.
Right.
Like, no, I just couldn't. I wasn't going to do it physically if it just didn't make sense. And everything with business, it has to make sense.
Right. No, I completely understand. All right, so we're going to flip the script and we're going to talk about your relationship with your husband of 4 years. So how did you guys meet?
We actually met at my first duty station in Rome, Georgia. He's a good old country Georgia boy.
Yes.
So we actually just met out at it was at a local bar, and we just pretty much just hit it off from there. And that was back in 2000 and my son is 12, 13, 02, probably about 2003. And we pretty much just kept in contact. Back and forth, I did have to deploy again, and I mean, we just kept in contact for so long, and to where I always knew I was like, that's gonna be. When I saw him, I said, that's gonna be my husband, because I love the way that he treated my son.
Okay,
he treated my son like he was his own,
right.
and that was the key thing to me. He just reminded me of my dad so much. So it was by having my father in my life, I was still able to, take some things of him to know, like, this is what I'm going to look for in a husband.
Right.
And that's definitely what I did. And we've been rocking together ever since.
Right. So is he in the military as well, or he is like in corporate world, or?
He's in the corporate world.
Okay.
He works for Pepsi. He's been there for a little bit over a year now there. But with me moving a lot so much, it was really taking a toll on him. So this year, we kind of just stepped back and was like, we both going to chase our dreams and goals and just try to make things work as much as possible.
Nice.
So we both commute. Like, we still have a home in Atlanta, and we travel. I travel back and forth. He travels back and forth. We just try to make it work as much as we possibly can.
Okay. That means that he gets discounts off of Papa John's.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know about that. You're like, wait, time out. You said Pepsi? Like, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, as far as keeping your marriage fresh and, just keeping everything upbeat, what do you guys, do to make sure that it stays that way? Like, do you guys have date night every Friday night, or do you set a certain time out for yourselves at night? Like, what do you do?
We actually just do date night once a month.
Okay.
And we like to take a anniversary trip every year. It's like a ritual, but we missed it last year because the baby boy was so small.
Yeah.
And we just really didn't trust anybody to have him that small. So this year we're planning to go we have 2 trips we're going to take since we missed that one.
Okay.
We're going to take one for our anniversary. We're just going to go to LA and just hang out and shop, and then Jamaica. So I just definitely think that the trips are the best part of everything. They're better than date night because you just get to stay out. You just get to watch the sunset. Like, I'm really like a moonlight sunset type of person. Like, I like stuff like that. Those things are more sentimental to me than material things. I'm not really like a materialistic type of person. So I just like the small moments. I try to take them and make them for what they are.
Yeah, and it's just, and I tell people all the time, because we actually have a trip coming up this weekend, and it's just being able just to be yourself without the kids. Like, we can go somewhere and just sleep in all day and just be fine. Like, we're okay with that.
Like, I'm telling you, like I told somebody, they was like, they said something. I said, girl, I ain't been asleep in 18 months. Don't talk to me about you tired. You ain't tired unless you my kind of tired. People don't understand. Like, I really literally haven't slept.
Right. And slept good. And people don't, and it's normally the single people with no kids who say stuff like that. And I'm like, you have nothing. You only got to take care of yourself. Imagine having to take care of 3 or 4 kids plus a husband, because he's pretty much a big kid himself. So it's just like, just imagine. I'm like, y'all wonder why I drink wine like every night. Like, come on.
I'm over here on a conniption right now. I'm banned from wine for the rest of the month. Well, until I can't do nothing until I go to LA.
Okay.
Because I got on the scale last night and I said, you know what? It's that doggone wine. It's creeping back up on me. So I'm trying to do no wine all until I go. And
Man,
see if that's gonna take. Cause that wine has so much sugar in it.
It does. It does. Do you do red wine or you do like the dessert wines?
I try to do the red wine.
Okay. We're supposed to be healthier, but yeah, I'm up there with you. I agree, because again, I just had a baby 6 months ago, so I'm still trying to cut this weight down. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to stop drinking wine during the week. I have to eat right. Like, I have to literally watch my weight in order to drop it. So I'm completely, I'm in the same boat.
Everything. I know how you feel. I'm right there with you. Like, Lord, please. I breastfed. I feel like after I stopped breastfeeding, I felt like I gained more weight then. And then with the I have an appointment to get to actually just finally take care of my fibroids, because that's what I feel like it keeps a little bit of weight on me as well, because I work out like every day, and it's still like no reason why I should have any kind of belly at this point.
Right. Yes.
I mean, I walk miles.
Right. No, it's probably the fibroids, because my aunt, not my aunt, but my cousin, she had fibroids as well. And I mean, it was the size of a small infant, to be honest. So it's just, but she lost so much weight.
They said I had one that is the size of a tennis ball.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're going to feel so much better. I can't
wait once I get them out, I told everybody I will be okay.
Right.
I'll be okay then. So I'm anticipating. I'm so excited about it. I go for my ultrasound this Friday. So I get that done, then I feel a whole lot more accomplished, because I'm like, there's no way I'm working out this much and not seeing that much of a result. And it's just the midsection. My legs are toned, my arms are toned, but that midsection just won't let me go. And that has such a big effect on my confidence.
Right.
Like, everybody's like, you look fine. No, because that's not what I'm used to looking like.
Right. And people don't understand it. And I kind of, because I get the same thing, especially like now, because I'm like, girl, you just had a baby. You like super cute. I'm like, but no, when you work out every single day and you're used to your body looking a certain way, it doesn't matter how much you lost right after the kid. It's going to be until you get back to your point of that you feel comfortable in yourself. That's when everything will happen. But yeah, I get the same thing. And I feel bad, because I'm like, yeah, you might be right, but I don't feel that confident. So I'm like, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so that's pretty much all the questions I had for you. So on the episode, we play a game called the Hot Seat, which is 5 random questions. It could be about anything. Of course, you don't know what the questions are. So would you like to play?
I'll go ahead on and play.
Oh, Lord. It ain't that bad, I promise. It's not. Well, yeah, he's not that bad. All right, so question number 1. How would you describe the perfect guy for you?
God-fearing, child-loving, provider, goal-orientated.
Okay. Cool. All right. Question number 2. Name one of the craziest places you ever had sex.
Ooh.
And you should have some good places since you traveled.
On the beach.
On the beach? Okay. All right. You was butt naked on the beach?
I wasn't butt naked, but I mean, I had to cock that thing to the side. I guess.
All right. Question number 3. If you could shoot your shot to anyone in the world, who would it be? Even though you're married, but who would it be if you could shoot your shot and make it?
You know that Lance? What's his name?
Lance Gross?
Tyler Perry's show?
Yeah, Lance Gross. Yeah.
Him.
Yeah, girl, he fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, girl, he fine.
Yes.
Ooh, Lord, yeah.
Real fine.
Yeah, he's super fine. All right. Question number 4. Do you think social media can ruin relationships?
No, well, I don't know. I kind of mixed on that because it just really depends on how strong your relationship is.
Okay.
So, I wouldn't think so.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm the same way. If you have a very strong foundation, nothing should, break that. But then again, I have people who, if you slide in them DMs, it's a wrap. So,
right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you see stuff like that happen all the time. So it's like, well, dang, it happened to them. But I think it all depends on your level of relationship and the way that you actually presented yourself in that relationship and everything. It just has a lot to do with that.
Right. I understand. All right. So question number 5, and this is the last one. Could you stay in a relationship if your partner could not please you sexually?
I don't think I could. I could. I couldn't do it.
Like everything else on point. The money's on point. He's a great dad. He got a great family. Everything else is like A1. It's just that his sex just suck.
Nah,
bro.
I couldn't do it. That is a very important thing, and I don't think I could do it. What about you? What you think?
Girl, I couldn't do it. I couldn't. That's why I'm laughing, because I couldn't.
I couldn't. Like, your sex guy got to at least come on with the sex thing, because if you lose your job,
right,
and all of that, then you still capable. Like, well, what you gonna do?
Exactly. You bring nothing to the table, guy. Nothing.
So at least bring some good wine on back when you get there.
Exactly. All right, Marci. Well, that was all I have for you. Thank you so much for being on my show. And if people want to follow you on social media or buy some hair, how can you be reached?
I can be reached on Instagram at Crown Queen Hair. Website is www.crownqueenhair.com. Facebook, Crown Queen Hair. And we also have another company. Our sister company is the Queen's University.
Yes, I meant to ask you about that. Okay, tell me about that. We don't have to go now, but tell me. I want to know. So what's about?
It's basically a little company. Like, I have so many people that will always inbox me, DM me, and ask me how to get started with selling hair or just starting a business, period. Mm-hmm. And my cousin and I came up with this whole thing called the Smart Boss Workshop, where it basically it gives you free information on how to start any type of business. It's an automated online questionnaire. Okay. It's integrated. I mean, you can take the quiz and everything. And it's just something to help other females, empower them on how to get started. I want to do a follow-up class one day, and it's called The Path to Success. Okay. That's the name of the actual course, and it's ran through Teachable. And all I do is basically just, I post questions on Instagram. I try to keep people engaged. I offer one-on-one coaching as well for those who may need branding information, want to know more about how I branded myself. Yeah. What are some key points that I can help them get to the next level. So I do offer next level coaching as well.
Nice. And what is it called again?
It's called the Queen's University on Instagram. Okay. But the actual program is called the Smart Boss. I kind of had it as the Smart Boss, but I was losing the I think I was kind of losing my people. People didn't know it was me. Right. And they were like, they people pretty much know I've been around for a while, so they trusted the name. Or anything with Queen, they knew that, okay, all right, that's her then. So then that's when they felt a little bit more comfortable. After I started going back under the Queen's University, it kind of brought back my audience, because I started losing my audience with the name of the Smart Boss. But it's definitely, like I said, it's free all day long. It's online. Okay. And I totally try to help people as much as I can. I also offer like a drop shipping class if people need help with, purchasing stores, right, different things like that. I'm just totally trying to help build other female entrepreneurs up. Like, my goal is to help at least 100 females this year build brands, start brands, or just begin. But it's just hard to find people that are consistent, because, like I told you, social media just got people just all ringed up. They think that you're just gonna wake up one day and have $100,000 because you got 100,000 followers. Like, it just does not work. It does
not. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it don't matter how many followers you got. You got to have that loyal core of following that that's going to come through. I tell people that all the time.
And people just don't want to put in the work. Like, and it's like, I just didn't want to start charging to do the one-on-one coaching, but I had to, because it's so much information that I have a value to give to somebody. And it's like, I felt like, for what I could offer and what I learned on my own, I could not do it for people that just cannot even commit to, sticking on the outlines and the guidelines that I gave them. So, I mean, I had to do something. So, and I mean, a lot of people end up taking the course and feel like that's enough for them, and that's majority because it's free. But like I said, if I run into a female that I know that she's definitely serious about it, I don't mind, but I just don't want anybody to waste my time if they're not, serious about it.
No, and and you pay for, it's your knowledge. And like I tell people all the time, because I have a lot of people who come to me and ask me about, or how did you get into the podcasting and all that. And I'm like, if you just Google it, you can find it, because it's all about the research. However, if you want to be lazy, I will make you pay me for it.
They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to find, they want you to give them your vendor. Like, it's so many little girls that inbox me, well, I was just wondering if you could give me any pointers. No. But you can take this class. And if you're serious about it and you really want to make some money, $30 ain't going to hurt you.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I had this girl, she came and bought all this hair. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, but you don't want to pay the $30 for the drop shipping class, so you can make that money right back within the next probably 48 hours.
Yeah, they don't know.
Frustrating.
They don't know. I know. All right, Marci. Well, thank you so much again for being on the show. I appreciate it. They got your following, so I'm gonna make sure people follow you. I think I'm gonna talk to you offline about something once I finish recording. So stay online, okay? All right, thanks. All right, guys, thank you for listening to the Bad and Bougie Moms podcast show. However you listen to our show for today, please make sure that you like, you comment, and you also subscribe so we can get some kudos points, Also, if you'd like to follow us on social media, on Instagram, we are at BADANDBOUGIE Moms. On Twitter, I want to say we are at BBM Podcast, and on Facebook, we are at Bad and Bougie Moms as well. Also, if you would like to purchase a Bad and Bougie Moms t-shirt, you can always go to BritMarsh.com. That's BritMarsh.com. Again, thank you guys.